Is Arson run BTS Part 2 or vice versa? Let's talk about that. Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Richie Maestro, and if you're new here, you should know that I'm an actor, producer, and most importantly, an ARMY. I've been looking forward to reviewing this MV since my last review of More, which I'll link here so you can see it if you haven't already. I have to admit that I haven't listened to the entire Jack in the Box album because I'm debating whether to do a raw review of it or if I should listen first and then do a review of how I think the concept album relates to everything BTS and specifically Jhope. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. I read them all. I'm attempting to reach 1,000 subscribers in order to unlock the community tab. Many of you have shared your thoughts in the comments, and I really want to talk to you all in greater detail and highlight any specific comments that I believe are important. Unlocking the community tab will give us a special place to communicate further. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, and set the notification bell to always on to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Finally, before we get into the MV, I like to keep things moving and watch the entire MV with very few pauses. If I do pause, I usually say something small before continuing with the video. All of the major comments that I have will be held until the end of the MV. Alright, without further ado, let us jump into Jhope's Arson. Oh, man.
Let's burn, 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 burn. It's done, 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 done. Let's burn. 내 열정에 burn, 내 영혼에 burn, 내 삶 속을 burn. Every day I run, 멈출 수 없던 그때 그 시절. I'm burning low and now I'm what it all. 명예는 first, don't of course. 인기까지도 내 스스로가 과열이 될 수밖에 없던 뭣도 모를 무식한 내 야망의 원동력. When I sweat, 이름 show, hey, 부르짖은 sweet, yeah, on my feet, on my legs, nothing going from my way. 따라오르는 속쇼, 또 이기는 종종, 비례하는 burn, hater, 매번 울리는 요정. 힘마저 좋아, cause we my fans, we my label, we my fellas, 가차게 다루게 all day. 합리적인 공범, 방화범, what's fun, 무서울 건 없어, 해치 없어. It's done, 나의 꿈도 done, 그 성과도 done, 내 할목도 done. 더 이상은 넌 과욕을 구겨 박수 칠 때 더 나는 개구먼 내가 부르겠던 건 나를 위함이었어. 세상이 털어줘 누가 알았겠어. 잠시 시킬 때쯤 보니 내 흔적들이 보여. 그게 너무 급불심한 방화였단 걸. 아우 씨 뜨겁만 꽉깨도 잡게 내 영혼 갑작 무서워 stop that nobody get nobody stop 시kin 불을 끄게 오직 나만이 가능해 어떤 내 fireman 오 진압해도 저처럼 모든 매기를 거라고 터졌어. 한치 아픈 관문 필요한 나의 수도를 전집한도 뺏겨가는 한숨.
He's been very persistent at showing the insides of himself with the skeleton and more, and then now like his like corroded, burnt up heart. It's crazy.
It's done, 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 done.
Whew. So good. So good. So let's talk about what I said at the beginning. Jhope was most likely writing and producing Run BTS and Arson around the same time. The lyrics as well as the cadence and rhythm of both songs share many similarities. Also in both of these songs, Jhope showcases a different vocal sound by comfortably going into his vocal fry, which shows tremendous vocal versatility. One of the most intriguing aspects of Jhope's new music is the placement of Arson after More. Jhope explains in More that he needs to do more of his work to breathe, and then Arson is the paradigm shift and says, less is more. You've already accomplished a great deal. Both songs use the analogy of gasoline as fuel to describe how he and BTS have been driving themselves to keep moving forward without stopping, because to go back to where they were before is unthinkable. The chorus of Arson, on the other hand, poses a conundrum. As the lyric states, now I ask myself, choose what? Do I put out the fire or burn even brighter? Jhope, just like all of BTS, expresses his inner conflict of finally reaching his goals, but is now at a roadblock of what now? Should he let his fire go out naturally, or should he keep going forward and smash through the roadblock recklessly? What I also find interesting is how Jhope in More says he is thirsty. And now, given the context of Arson, this phrase could be taken in two ways. One, he is a fire that needs to continue burning, so he is thirsty for more fuel. Or two, he was consumed by the fire of his work so severely that he needed water to be able to stop and take a step back. Jhope also uses the term of being a fish out of water in More, so the latter analogy could also be that his fire or passion was so hot he evaporated all the water around him and burnt out. Given the state of the industry, it takes a lot of guts for Jhope to go the non-commercial route with his first solo album. He could have played it safe and written an upbeat, good-feeling song with a dance challenge to accompany it on TikTok and Instagram, and it would have charted well. But instead, he chose to challenge himself and step outside of his comfort zone. I really admire Jhope going this route and having the courage to challenge himself and release such a fantastic concept album and to headline Lollapalooza with it. Thank you for sticking around to the end of my video. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do a full review of Jhope's Jack in the Box concept album. I purple you, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.